Earlier this month, I had highlighted concerns about the rate at which the virus is spreading and sought everyone's cooperation to scale back your activities and help slow down the transmission. I thank everyone in Singapore for your cooperation. Based on our observations and monitoring, activity levels have indeed come down over the recent weeks. Unfortunately, despite our collective efforts, the virus continues to gain ground. We are now at 1,600 new daily cases, and as you heard just now, if the doubling of the cases continues, we will reach 3,200 by next month. At some point, this wave of infection will crest, but we don't know what the daily numbers will be at the peak or when this crest will happen. Meanwhile, we are seeing tremendous strains on our healthcare system and our healthcare workers. And that's why we need these additional measures to slow down the spread of infection. Minister Gan just now provided a summary of the measures. They will apply from 27th of September till the 24th of October. So that's a 1-month period, which we call the stabilization period. And we will do a midterm review of the measures after 2 weeks. Let me elaborate on what these measures are. First, permissible group sizes for social gatherings will be reduced from a maximum of 5 persons to a maximum of 2 persons. So correspondingly, the maximum number of unique visitors per household will be reduced to 2, and dining group sizes will be reduced to 2 vaccinated persons. For hawker centers, we already allow 2 persons, regardless of vaccination status, to dine in a group, so that remains the same. Essentially, the group size parameter will come down from 5 to 2, and that will have implications for house visits as well as dining. Second, work from home will be the default. So we are returning to work from home as default for those who are able to work from home. Today's parameter is 50%, up to half of the workforce who can work from home can come back to the office, but we will go back to work from home as default. Those who are unable to work from home and have to go back to the office can do so, but we would strongly encourage them to do a self-test using the ART kits once a week. We are distributing these kits to employers, so employers can make them available to their employees who have to come back on site to work, and have them do these self-tests on a weekly basis. Those who are able to work from home, but from time to time you may need to return to the office for ad hoc reasons, we would also encourage you to do a self-test and to test negative before you go back to the office. So work from home as default is the second change that we are making. And then thirdly, we will have home-based learning for children. MOE had announced this earlier, that primary and second special education schools will have home-based learning from 27 September till 6th of October. That's a Wednesday. So MOE will now extend the home-based learning period to 7th of October, which is a Thursday, but Friday is Children's Day. So effectively, what that means is from next Monday onwards for 2 weeks, the primary school children will be undergoing home-based learning, and the primary 1 to 6 students will return to school on 11th of October. We will also require private education institutions to implement home-based learning for all students aged 12 years and below over this 2-week period. And during this period, in-person tuition and enrichment classes for students must also pivot online. Preschools, kindergartens will be open during this period, but parents are encouraged to keep their children at home if they can. So for home-based learning at the primary school level, we are doing it for 2 weeks, and then we will review thereafter whether or not it should continue. More generally, we encourage everyone to reduce their social activities and comply with all the safe management measures. And in particular, for the elderly, for seniors and persons with comorbidities who are more vulnerable to severe illnesses, we strongly encourage you to stay at home as much as possible. We recognize that businesses will be impacted by these restrictions. They are not the same as the heightened alert restrictions because businesses can still open, but with the reduction of group sizes, there will be an impact on F&B, retail, and other businesses that are dependent on footfall. So the government will provide a support package to assist the affected businesses. Let me highlight some of the key items in the support package. First, we will enhance the job support scheme to 25% for the period of 27 September to 24 October, and this will be for the sectors that are significantly affected by the tightened measures. Second, we will provide rental support for half the duration of the stabilization phase, which means for 2 weeks. So tenants who are occupying government-owned properties will enjoy a rental waiver of 2 weeks. For those qualifying occupiers in private commercial properties, whether you are tenant occupier or owner occupier, the government will provide a 2-week rental relief cash payout under the rental support scheme. And the cooked food and market stall holders in centers managed by the NEA or NEA-appointed operators will likewise receive a 2-week rental waiver. And then thirdly, we will extend the COVID-19 driver relief fund payout to support taxi and private hire car drivers as well. The total sum of this support package is $650 million. This will be funded from higher than expected revenues collected to date, so there will be no draw on past reserves.